Hello, Buddha Belly Life. Welcome to part 2 of Understanding Anxiety, where we are going to cover today what we can do about it. Some tips and tricks to understanding your own functionality and figuring out how to manage it, what resources to seek, and how to better our quality of life. So I'm Coach Britt, founder of the Buddha Belly Life membership at buddhabellylife.com, author of Buddha Belly, a mind, body, soul approach to health starting with your gut, and founder of the Gut Health School for gut brain coaching. So today we're going to cover the second part. If you missed the first video, check out the first video all about anxiety, mind, body, or gut. Okay, because we covered a little bit on the gut-brain connection and kind of understanding this relationship. Today, we're going to go just a little bit deeper and we're going to talk about some things we can do. So with anxiety being at such an epidemic level in our society, it's such a chronic issue, and it's an issue for children, it's an issue for adults, it's an issue for a lot of people. What I have found in my many years of studying this and coaching, and prior to coaching, because my personal story, I have a background of excessive anxiety, chronic anxiety and panic attacks and things like that as early as age 4. And so that really catapulted me into the world of gut health, because through studying and looking more into what I could do about anxiety, it really brought me to the gut. And that was the physical component, right? Because a lot of things when we talk about health, it is multifaceted. It is mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual, right? So it was important to understand a few things, but we knew that, okay, lifestyle factor is having a big impact on anxiety, and gut health was huge. And so that's how I got into that. So here's a few things that can be contributing to anxiety. So we have background and environment. We have current environment and stress and stressors. So when I say background and environment, you guys, I'm talking about our early upbringing, even before our age of memory, our childhood, our previous life experiences. These things can overdevelop a part of the brain called the amygdala, which is like your fear center. And if this part of the brain gets really overdeveloped and incredibly sensitive, it can go off much easier because there's so many more triggers for a brain like that in the environment. Does that make sense? Okay, so that's part of it. That is one area where we could be seeing factors of anxiety. Another area where we can see factors of anxiety is hormones. As people go through different hormonal fluctuations, as women especially get into later years or hormonal times in life, we're seeing more issues with anxiety that fluctuate with hormones. So whether it's pregnancy, postpartum, PMS times, or menopause, perimenopause, etc., we're seeing more of that. We're seeing it in environmental factors like abundance of stress, too many blue lights, unnatural light, not enough time moving, not enough time outside. We're taking on so much stress from our work, from our commute, etc., and it's just sitting in our bodies when it was meant to move out. So this is another contributor of anxiety. And then of course, our diet and our lifestyle. Because what we're eating and how we're living does directly affect our gut, and our gut is responsible for creating neurotransmitters. So like I mentioned in the previous video, your gut is going to help make your serotonin and your dopamine. These are happy hormones, right? But it also helps communicate signals and produce hormones that calm the system and even it out. And so when our internal ecosystem is off kilter, we see issues regulating our central nervous system. So these can be emotional patterns that cause issues with regulating our nervous system. Like I said, PTSD experiences, programming, stress in society, environmental toxins and pollution, and then our lifestyle of the things we're eating. So some of the biggest things that have helped, I know me personally with my anxiety, and a lot of people I work with, is to be very careful of stimulants. So you guys, we're talking about an issue with stimulation, overstimulation. So a few of the biggest things that you can do is to remove or limit stimulants. So this is refined sugar, this is caffeine, even alcohol. And because this has such a direct effect on the nervous system. So especially like if you're going to drink coffee or something, I recommend pulling it back a bit, going a little bit more to decaf, and at least don't drink it on an empty stomach first thing in the morning, because you have natural cortisol levels that rise immediately upon waking. So if you are hardly coming out of this fight or flight state and your cortisol is staying very high, then what happens is that we're staying up here all the time and we're not coming down at night. So if you have coffee, it should not be first thing in the morning and it shouldn't be past noon. Have it after some food, okay? So that it doesn't hit the bloodstream right away. Make sure you're getting adequate sleep, which where you put the caffeine will also help with the sleep quality. Adequate sleep is huge because it's where the brain actually does repair work and restoration from the day's stressful experiences. Okay, and if you're a parent like me, then you might have a lot of stressful experiences. So keep that in mind, okay? Next, doing deep breathing, meditative breathing is incredibly helpful too. Put this in your daily regimen. Come down at nighttime, avoid too much blue lights and phone interaction. If you can avoid this a couple hours before bed, that is ideal. Wear blue light blockers and avoid the constant stimulation because this is sending your brain all these signals, right? It's all this overstimulation. It was never meant to take all that on, not to the extent that we are now. Okay, so avoid some of that and then do good by your gut. So if you can work on your gut, eating gut-friendly foods, whole foods, things that feed good gut bacteria, get on a high-quality probiotic, this can have a big impact on anxiety levels. And make sure you're drinking enough water. Keeping your blood sugar stable. If you're working on your gut health and you're eating whole healthy foods, this will help also stabilize blood sugars, which can help play into that too. So, okay, let's recap real quick. Get great sleep. Caffeine, either pull it out or only have some after breakfast and before noon at the absolute latest, okay? Not first thing in the morning. Make sure you're pulling blue lights at least an hour and a half before bed. Don't sit on your phone. Don't be doing all that overstimulation, okay? Feed the gut and the body healthy, nutritious food because if you cultivate that better, it's going to do better with neurotransmitter production production of neurotransmitters, sorry. And calm the nervous system. Make some daily habits where you can practice calming the nervous system. Walking in nature, deep breathing, meditation, and of course, adequate sleep. This is imperative for managing anxiety. And if you can put all of these things together, trust me, you're going to have the biggest impact on dealing with your anxiety. So if you want more information, you guys, if you want to access this entire class, you can get there at buddhabellylife.com through our wellness membership. It's only $9.97 a month. You get a full holistic course. You get access to all kinds of hacks and wellness hacks and community and everything. And every month of membership that you stay a member with us, you sponsor someone else in need with the membership as well. So buddhabellylife.com for full class. Thank you for joining this and we'll see you again next month.